overall. Food marketed as milk-free or suitable for individuals with milk allergies must meet the rigorous testing and production standards to ensure that they are indeed free from the milk allergens. So then we'll go to the uh, substitute ingredient. So the substitute ingredient include that in the recipes, as we say that where the milk is a common ingredient, finding a suitable substitute is important. Why? To ensure that the individuals with the milk allergies can enjoy a variety of foods. What it may involve? That's I can say FAQ. So this may involve, you can say that using a plant-based milk, it comes in as an alternative, right? Or no, on non-dairy options or non-dairy options or products that are like milk, but they are not derived from the milk, or you can say casein. So as the new milk-based products and ingredients are developed, regular review of the ingredient list and recipes is essential to maintain the accurate allergy information. Milk allergen, you can say, involves a you can say multiple steps or multiple principles to approach that includes a proper labeling, cross contact, prevention, staff training, communication, continuous improvement to create a safe environment for the individuals with milk allergies. And move to the next slide, please. Okay, eggs. Eggs are another common food allergen that requires careful management within the food industry. Just like with other allergens, clear and accurate labeling is crucial. Ingredients that are usually derived from the eggs are albinum, ovalbinum, uh, and much more, but these are the most. And they must be listed on the product's label. Why? Because this helps the individual with egg allergies to identify the products which to avoid. So, excuse me. These practices that the food industry can help to ensure the safety of individual with the egg allergies and provide them with the necessary information to make the safe food choices. Can you move to the next slide, please? So, fish. Okay, you can read this slide and then I will explain to you in 30 seconds. Okay. So fish allergen management involves strategies to prevent the allergic reaction in individual with fish allergies. So what you can do, you can label it that the clear identification of the fish drive ingredients on the product labels. You can help or you can avoid the cross contact prevention, separation of the fish containing food from the non-fish fish foods during the preparation. You can add a substitute ingredient, exploring alternative and recipes for the fish free options. So they are like I said spoke earlier about it that these are the measures that collectively contribute to a safer dining experience for the individual with fish allergies. So main allergies you can see as a cold fish, salmon, tuna. Not everyone has it, but a number of people do have the fish allergen, or you can say allergies from the fish. That's why they include, or they are included in the fish allergies. Can you move to the next slide, please? Okay, you can read the slide. You have 1 minute. Then I will explain in details. Okay, so crustacea is you can say such as shrimps, crab, lobsters that are common in food allergens because they contain proteins that can trigger allergic reactions in some individuals. So when someone with this allergen consume these foods, their immune system reacts to the specific protein present in this. Like you can include all. Uh, Crustacea is actually you can say a combination of it covers all shrimp, crab, lobster. So I can understand this word is like not familiar. You are with it, or most of you are hearing it first time. So don't confuse it that it is a specific type of food or and can say fish food. It covers all crab, lobster, and shrimps, and it's pronounced as crustacea. So the tasha is at the end and the crust is already known. So those who cannot pronounce it, this is for those. So the immune system of a person with this allergen produces antibodies called no, it is a common name for the shrimps, crabs, and you can say lobsters. This is a common name. So in bringing all together, we use this word. Well, like when we are saying fish, so there are many types of fish, right? Like tuna, salmon, just like that. We will not call shrimps, crab, lobster. We just say crustacea. So that's why it covers all. To avoid naming and wasting the time, when we say this, this covers all shrimps, crabs, and lobsters all together, three of them. So the immune system of a person with this allergen produces antibodies called immunoglobulin. In response to these proteins, upon uh, exploration to the crustacea, the antibodies signal the release of the various chemicals, including histamine, which can lead to the allergic symptoms. These symptoms can range from mild to severe and may include, you can say, uh, let me just have a little bit of thinking, brainstorming actually. I want to include, I know a lot of, but yeah, skin reaction is the first one, itching, redness, swelling. So uh, for the skin, these are the symptoms that you can get if you have the, or you are exposed to this allergen by eating crustacea. Like you can say digestive symptoms, nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, diarrhea. If we move to the respiratory symptoms, a runny and stuffy nose, sneezing, coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath. Shortness of breath is usually occurs in the allergens of the dairy products. But in some individuals, the shortness of breath can occur in the crustacea as well. So a severe and potentially life-threatening reaction is anaphylaxis, involving difficulty to breathing, a drop in blood pressure, rapid pulse, and loss of, you can say, if you are not conscious, it could result in the unconsciousness. So, due to the potential severity of the allergic reactions, individuals with crustacea allergies must avoid consuming the this type of allergen products and containing all the crustacea derived ingredients. So crustacean allergens can also pose a risk through cross contact, where the equipment in the kitchen or the surface used for the crustacea come in contact with other foods. This is why proper allergen management, labeling, and cross contact prevention is crucial or critical in the food preparation and handling to protect those with the crustacean allergies from exposure to potential reactions. Can we move to the next slide, please? Walaikum assalam, everyone. Wa alaikum assalam to everyone. So now we are at the nuts, that why the nuts are considered as an allergen. So you can read this. You have 20. Okay, let's drop that down to 10 seconds. Then I will start explaining. So you have time to read out. Yes, yes, the training material will be shared with you. You can contact the uh, organization official number on the WhatsApp, and they will send you the material. No need to worry about it. You will get the slides. So we are on the nuts. So nuts are common food allergen, right? Due to the presence of what? Can somebody tell me? I know this is a Wednesday session, but I really want to know why the nuts. We are in this session now talking about the allergens and on the specific item known as nuts. So what makes the nuts as an allergen due to the presence of which specific protein? Can someone tell me? Hmm. Okay. I will skip this one. I will wait, and at the end of this nuts session, I will see who has answered correctly. Okay. So nuts are a common allergen due to the presence of a specific protein. Okay, which protein that you know, need to know? Nuts. I will repeat the question again. Nuts are a common allergen due to the presence of a specific protein that triggers allergic reaction in the some individuals. Okay. So let's move forward. When a person with a nut allergy consumes or comes into the contact with the nuts and nut containing products, their immune system mistakenly identifies certain proteins found in nuts as harmful invaders. So this triggers an immune response resulting in the release of the histamines and the other chemicals that cause allergic symptoms. So nuts are probably problematic because even a tiny amount of nut protein can lead to a severe allergic reaction. Additionally, nuts can be present in a wide variety of foods and products, often as hidden ingredients or due to the cross contact during processing. This makes it challenging for the individual with nut allergies to avoid accidental exposure. So, allergic reactions to nuts can vary in severity, ranging from mild symptoms like itching, hives, to more severe reaction. To more severe reaction, I would add difficulty in the breathing or swelling of the throat, and a life-threatening condition could occur as well, which requires a immediate medical attention. So the potential severity of the nut allergic reaction and the widespread presence of the nuts in foods, effective allergens management and accurate labeling of the nuts is crucial to ensure that the safety of the individuals with nut allergies are uh, taken into consideration and avoid any, I can say, hospitalization or any damage to an individual's health. So anyone with the answer? I will repeat the question again. Nuts are the common allergen due to the presence of which specific protein? Anyone could answer it?
Two-year
Hmm.
Allergen.
Okay, so it's okay if nobody knows. I was just checking. See, in the case of peanuts, we will break down the nuts now. So this is something you will never know. I don't think that anyone in the awareness session has actually brought this type of awareness on the you can say forward. Nobody knows it, so that means that the awareness session needs to be more you can say specific than we are when we are talking about the nuts. So the primary protein responsible for the allergic reaction in nuts is ARAH2. You can Google it. What type of protein is this? But this one isn't present in the peanuts. For tree nuts like almonds, walnut, cashews, and etc., there isn't a single specific protein that is universally responsible for the allergic reaction across all the tree nuts. For example, almonds, a protein known as uh, I will you can say spell it. So most of you know will not understand that PRUDU5. This is the protein. You can Google it. It is present in the tree nuts, but it is has been identified as a major allergen. While in walnuts, it's a JUG-R1, JUG-R1. It is also a vein known allergic protein. These all are the proteins which are present in the nuts. So please, it's important to note that the nut allergies can be complex. There are often multiple proteins that contribute to allergic reactions. Additionally, individuals sensitive can vary, meaning that some may be allergic to the specific proteins in one, but you can say in one nut, but not necessarily in another. Can you move to the next slide, please? Can you move to the next slide, please? Okay. Cereals, you have one, you can say 1 minute to read out the slide, then I will start explaining about the cereals. Okay, let's start. See, cereals, specifically wheat. We are talking about the wheat, right? They are also a part of the cereals that contain the gluten. So, as you can read also that the wheat allergy should not be confused with the gluten intolerance or a celiac disease. Why? Because cereals, specifically wheat, are considered a common food allergen due to the presence of the certain protein again. See, one thing is clear for everyone or for the allergen management that the allergens, the main cause of the allergen that occur is the protein. So the presence of the certain protein can trigger the allergic reactions. So gluten sensitivity and celiac disease, uh, as mentioned in the slide as well, that some individuals may have a celiac disease and autoimmune disorder triggered by the ingestion of the gluten. Gluten is found in the wheat for those who don't know, as well as in other cereals like barley and rye. In people with the celiac disease, consumption of gluten leads to an immune response that damages the small intestine lining and causes various symptoms and long-term health issues. So, what is the wheat allergy? We have moved down from the gluten now. So, what is the wheat allergy? So in addition to this disease, wheat allergy is another type of adverse reaction to the wheat protein. Uh, let's say that it's an immune mediated response where the body immune system recognizes the certain proteins in wheat as harmful invaders, leading to the allergic reactions or symptoms such as hives, difficulty breathing, and digestive issues. Wheat allergen can lead to a cross reactivity with other cereals containing the similar proteins. What does it mean? That the individuals allergic to the wheat might also react to the proteins in other grains like barley and rye. Prevalence to the wheat is a staple food in many cultures, making it a frequent component in the various food products. So, cereals like wheat are significant concern for the individual with celiac disease and what wheat allergies, proper allergen management and labeling and communication is essential to prevent the adverse reaction in those who need to avoid these allergies. Can you move to the next slide, please? Okay, you can read the slide. You have 10 seconds, then we'll start explaining. Okay, soy is also considered a common food allergen. Why? Because it has the allergenic proteins that contains, you can say, or provokes the allergic reactions. But the primary allergic proteins in soy are glycosin. So glycosanin. Sorry, I mixed it up. It's glycosanin. So these proteins can trigger an immune response in the people with the soy allergies. Immune response when someone with the soy allergy consumes soy containing foods, their immune system identifies the allergenic proteins as threats and produces antibodies called immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulins are released because why? Because I can say our immune system identifies the allergenic protein as threats. So it's like that your immune system is an army of your body which protects it from the harmful bacteria and everything. But sometimes with the you can say the food that contains the soy, the immune system mistakenly identifies the allergic proteins as threats. So that's why it start attacking it. But it's not like you can say a threat as well. So your body, or you can say you a person start to get hurt in from the inside. So what were the symptoms? What can you go through? What could you experience? You can have, you can say, a severe to mild symptoms or mild to severe symptoms like itching, swelling, especially around the face. You can have the, you can say, gas discomfort in the stomach. You can have difficulty breathing. In severe cases, you can go to the life-threatening reactions that require immediate medical attention. So, as an ingredient in the soy, many foods and other, it is potential to cause severe reaction because why? It is crucial for the individuals that these type of allergies, such as soy, are carefully labeled on the products and have an emergency action plan in case of an accidental exposure to the individual. Foodborne illness, yes, but when we talk about the foodborne illness, it's because of the proper, you can say, improper handling or the storage conditions. Because when we talk about the foodborne illness, that is not the reason for the if a person has an allergen of a soy. So they are allergen to the soy, so it cannot be labeled as a that it's causing by the foodborne illness disease. But if the process, or you can say the handling or the process of the soybean safety, food safety has not been followed, so then it can cause food poisoning. Can you move to the next slide, please? So now you know most of the allergens. Soy sauce label should be mentioned. Yes, it should be mentioned on the product that this product contains the soya and and the soya sauce as well. So allergens labeling is missed. So now we know that all of the allergens and what type of allergens are we are familiar with in most of them. So how to deal with it? How to deal with the allergens? Can you move to the next slide, please? Recipe, right? So can anyone tell me? Uh, you can say anything when we are talking about the recipe, what it refers to. When we are, see, there are two types of things in the recipe. When you are preparing the food, or you can say when you're preparing the food for the at the international level. So what you do is that you try your best, like if you have, let's say, I don't want to confuse everyone with the recipe thing, but let's just say that when you are making a dairy product, let's take the dairy product. Okay. So when we are going through the dairy product, we know that we are making an allergen-free uh, recipe. So what are the things that we can do? Uh, we will add a substitute of a dairy product, like in milk, okay, which is free from the casein. We can do that. And if we are making an allergen, you can say non with allergen product, that the allergen is present, then the recipe labeling, the allergen labeling should be on the uh, product. It should be mentioned very clearly, so nobody gets hurt or goes to a hospital. For God forbids for that. Okay, can you move to the next slide, please? Yeah. See, labeling it. Why? Because labeling it, it's very easy. You know that you are making a product which has allergens, where people can eat and go to hospital, and you can say can your product can transfer a person from walking or to on a bed. Because of that, you should label it very clearly that this type of food, this is the food, and these are the allergens that are within the food. One more thing I want to add, that allergen declaration is the must in the labeling it. Sorry if I'm making it a little bit of confusing, but see, when we talk about labeling, in many countries, like the following major allergens are considered, like we talked about eggs, peanuts, like so. Labeling it is a very crucial step or practice to ensure that the safety of the individual with the allergens are properly dealt with. So, uh, if the labeling is not mentioned, what are the you can say disadvantage? You are owner of a production, or you can say an industry who is making the product which has allergen in it, and somebody ate it, and let us suppose the worst: somebody died due to the allergen. Or let's bring it a little more, you can say non-severe, that the person has been hospitalized and it's in a very severe condition because of the product, because of your product, which has allergens in it, and due to that, what could you face? You could face a court trial. and you can say an imprisonment. God knows on the condition of the consumer, that what type of allergen he got and what type of symptoms he is experiencing and what are the damages that has been done to his body due to the allergen. So if you haven't labeled it, then you can face the court trial. But if you have labeled it and you have warned, then it's okay, because that now that's not on you. That this you can say, if the person ate it and you have mentioned it, now that's the, you can say, this loss is on the shoulders of that person, because he clearly know that they are allergic in it, that he is allergic to, and he still ate it. So now your work is finished because you labeled it. That's how simple and easy it is. Can you move to the next slide, please? What about the hidden allergens? So what are the hidden allergens? Can anyone know? Anyone would like to say anything? What are the hidden allergens? Okay, okay. Okay. See, we have a very good answer. Food color. Anyone else? Hidden allergens? Anyone? Okay, let's start. See, hidden allergens are also known as hidden ingredients. See, Mis- Mr. Muhammad Asif. No. See, hidden allergens is different. Like, uh, hidden allergens are one that are not even labeled as allergens. Okay. Like hidden ingredients or hidden allergic ingredients refer to an allergen that are not immediately, but obviously in the name or appearance of a food product. These allergens may be present in the product's ingredient or production process, even if they are not in the main components of the food. I hope you can understand that hidden allergens may be present in the product's ingredients or production process, even if they're not in the main components of the food. So, hidden allergens can possess a risk to individual with the allergies. So, processing ingredients, flavoring, and additives, like Mr. Uh, Muhammad Ali, a very good answer that he has spoke about it, that the food color and artificial flavors and essence are hidden ones, like flavorings, colorings, additives that may contain allergenic components. So these additives might be derived from an allergens like milk, wheat, and nut. Let me explain to you in a very simple language. Most of you are from Pakistan, so I will give an example of Pakistan. When we talk about, let's leave the allergens, let's understand the additives. When we are drinking juice, nowadays, everyone is familiar what juice is. So I'm talking about the packed one, packed juices, which are available in the markets, which has the straw and they are in the box, like mango juice, any type of apple juice. First of all, we need to understand that these are not juices. They are drinks, okay, which are different from the original juice. And what makes it that, why we label it as drinks? Because they contain only 1% or 2% of the original juice. When we talk about, like, just say mango juice. So there is a very famous juice and company, I will not name it, but most of you have, I know, has experienced it and have drank it. So when we drink it, we are thinking that we are drinking in a mango juice. But in reality, if you ever go through the label, you will understand that it is not a mango juice. It is entirely made upon colors, flavorings, and additives. Like, if you the additives are added for the taste, the additives are for the color. But what I want to make you understand, that these additives are derived from the mango itself. It is not an original fruit, but the additive which makes it a mango drink are derived from the mango, right? So similar wise, when you are having any type of product like just say milk, nuts, any type of product, it doesn't has that product which has an allergen, but it is derived from the product which has allergens to it. The additives are made from the product which are labeled as allergens. So these are the hidden allergens which you should be aware about. That what are the additives? You need to understand the additives. What type of additives are in this product? Are they derived from the allergen products or not? Because if let's just say that the product has no allergens in it, but they have the additives which are derived from the allergen products, they will not label it. This is the, you can say, a big uh, question of debate. So you can say the top food authorities still going through what to do and what would be the final result for this, whether they should be included in the label or whether not. But the hidden allergens, we should be known that they are known as additives, which are derived from the products are known as allergens. Okay, can you move to the next slide, please? What are the challenges we could face ahead? Can you yeah, keep moving? Yeah, keep moving the slide. So if anything is out there, if so, where it is coming from and how it is coming, you already understood that, right? Can you move to the next slide, please? Could it be harmful? Let's ask from the participants, what could be the severity or the harmfulness? Can anyone answer it? This could be a one or two word answer. It's okay if you want to speak. If you want to chat, you can choose any option. What could it be harmful? We have just went through a different number of uh, illness symptoms that could be caused by the food allergens, but we haven't understand that could it be harmful? Anyone could answer me with the yes and no, please.
Can I answer, sir?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes.
It could be harmful.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, yes. See, when we talk about being harmful or being, let's just say, that it could cause death in some cases. I would tell you a very you can say emotional story of mine just in a minute to just to make you understand how severe this food allergen issue is. That I had a childhood friend with me in my, you can say, early 20s. Once we went to a restaurant and he was allergic to the milk. You can say dairy products, but specifically he was allergic to in milk. So we went there and he ate a chocolate which was not completely made out of milk, but what it was having hidden food allergens. So what happened? It was derived from the milk itself, the additives which were in that chocolate. So we both ate it, and we were both were walking back home, and just let's just say, just after you can say a minute after he consumed that chocolate, he fell unconscious, and I, as we were young, we didn't know what happened. But he knew already that he is allergic to these products. His parents told him and guided him to do not go near or eat those things or consume those things. But when he was eating the chocolate, he read the label So the additives were mentioned, which were in it, but they didn't mention that it was derived from the milk protein, or you can say milk product. So what happened? What it caused? They rushed him to the hospital in the ambulance, but the time he reached the hospital, he couldn't make it. He died. So if you can understand that the how much severe this topic is, that it costs a life if you are not you can say careful with it, because the severity of the symptoms is depending on the body of every individual. I would get a very low symptoms because I may not be severely allergic to that product, but the you can say other people might be very severe that could cause death in seconds. Because what happened to my friend was that his lungs collapsed due to the presence of the casein in the additives that were added in the chocolate. When the lungs collapsed, he stopped breathing. When he stopped breathing, the heart stopped. So it happened in a matter of seconds, because some additives directly attacks your organs. For let's just say, you can say shortness of breathing occurs. That is the very, you can say, a life-threatening issue, because your lungs are being affected. Like you can say lungs are collapsing. It's really, you can say, really close to my heart, this topic, because I have seen my friend die in front of my eyes. So always understand what type of allergens you are eating if you have any. Can you move to the next slide, please? Design. When you are developing a product of an within the allergen management, what you should do, you should know what type of the consumer group you are making it for, specify the needs, that whether it is what type of this product is, whether it is gluten free, whether it is in food allergen free or not. If it is, what type of allergens are in it. It is naturally free or specifically processed. You should mention it also. Selection of the ingredients. This should be mentioned and well on the product. Production process also, shared equipment, right or not. If the shared equipment is there, then the food allergen automatically takes the place. Why? See, there are two types of products in development. If you are making an allergen free product, and within that production house, or you can say authority, if the allergen product is also being developed. So if you are, let's just say you are using 1 spoon in the milk to mix it, like just say you are using the milk in a glass to mix anything with your adding in the milk, and with that same spoon you are using it to spread anything on the bread like butter. So what are you doing now? Most of the people would know, no, I'm not using the milk. Yes, I have used the same spoon in the milk, but I'm not using on the bread. Yeah, yeah, I know you are allergic to the milk, but I'm not using it, right? But what have you done? You have used the same spoon without properly sanitizing it, or you can say washing it, and you are using it on the bread to spread, using a spread, or putting a sauce on a bread. So what are you doing here? This is called in cross contact. So when you are using the equipments, it should be shared, but it should be, if you're sharing it before using on the allergen free product, it should be properly washed and cleaned. Crack labeling, I already explained you that what are the consequences of if you are mentioning incorrect labeling, or not labeling, or not mentioning the labeling at all. So let's move to the next slide, please. uh, we can track the allergen free zone very simple. It's very simple whenever you go to a kitchen. But we need to understand that if they are making any allergen free product, first of all, that this is the first point. Okay, if they are making the allergen free products, Are they making any products which are in the allergen management, or they are considered as allergen? Yes. Then they have to develop a allergen-free zone in the kitchen. If these 2 points are not meeting and they are not developing any of these of two points, then there is no need of the allergen-free zone in the kitchen. So critical control points, do not confuse it with the HACCP, please. These are critical control points of the allergen management. You can read one by one, and then I will explain it to you in detail. Okay. So you can also name it. Yes, yes. The name. Yes, Mohammed. You can name it as CCPs as well. It's okay. Because but these are not the CCPs that we usually go through in the HACCP. Okay, so people who are asking me that these are the same CCPs that we apply on the HACCP, no. Why? Because these CCPs have specific points in the food production process. Same as HACCP, but in this one, we apply these CCPs to eliminate and reduce the uh, safety of the allergens, not the hazards. This is the difference, because CCPs play a crucial role in preventing the cross contact between the allergic reactions. So receiving the ingredient, when you're receiving at this point, the allergen containing ingredients are received from the suppliers, is important to verify the accuracy of the ingredient information and access the risk of the cross contact from the ingredients. You need to do check the food preparation as well, because ensuring a proper segregation of the allergen containing ingredients and allergen free ingredients during the food preparation is also crucial. Cleaning and sanitization is the one I have mentioned the most, and I have gave an example it of it as well. That why is it necessary? Okay. Uh, Packaging labeling, as it is mentioned in the slide as well, that when you ensure that the accurate allergens labeling on the final product is, you can say, a very critical control point. Why? The label should be clearly indicate, or should be clearly indicating, that the presence of the allergic ingredients are this and this, XYZ, anything. Okay. The last one, storage. When we are finishing the product, or when the product is finished, so in a way that prevents the cross contamination is important, especially in the shared storage area. So do not think that when you have finished the products, and you are finishing the products in a way that is actually, can say, is making a joke out of the critical control point. You say, no, no, the product is finished. What type of allergens would now get? How it would get? It would get through cross contamination, which is very important, especially in the shared storage areas. If you are placing an allergen free product on the allergen product, this is a very severe situation, or you can say a very alarming situation. Why? Because this can cause a cross contamination where any type of product is there. We need to place them separately, first of all, grant an separate space for both of them in order to avoid the cross contact. So identifying and controlling these points is essential to effectively manage allergens and prevent the allergic reactions. Can you move to the next slide, please? Okay, I accidentally I explained this one in the previous slide, that whenever you are receiving the goods or ingredients, incoming goods, and this was the first point that I explained in the previous one, that at this point the allergen containing ingredients are received from the suppliers, right? So it's important to verify the accuracy of the ingredient information and assess the risk of the cross contact from these ingredients. This responsibility comes on the head or shoulders of the one who is conducting the audit. Can I move to the next slide, please? Okay, yeah. This is the one that I explained at the end, that process and packaging is a very crucial on ensuring that the accurate allergen labeling on the final product is mentioned, because it is a very critical control point, that the label should be clearly indicating that the presence of the allergic reactions or ingredients are present on the label. So the design should be, you can say, clear. It should not be very colorful, and it should be mentioning clear allergens, whether you are labeling the equipment, whether the tools. One of the participants asked me that the allergen-free kitchen. So this is the labeling of the kitchen as well. That you are accurately labeling that these knives are for the allergen-free products. These equipments are for the allergen-free products. These spoons are for the allergen-free products. So accurate labeling of equipments and tools are also necessary. Can you move to the next slide, please? Finishing the product, as I spoke earlier, that it is a very crucial point that the crack packaging, crack product separation, and auditing and enforcement is also a very critical control point in all of these points as well. Next slide, please. Okay. Can you move back, please? Yeah. I just want to add a little bit of one point. See, when we are talking about one thing that I missed, uh, which is not in the slide as well, but thank God I came in my mind, that we need to ensure that the suppliers play a very good role, right? If you have an industry, a food industry, and you are having uh, an organization or an industry. So the supplier from where you are getting the goods to your organization, okay, you are importing it, okay. So ensure that the suppliers are reliable, first of all, that provide accurate allergen information. How? Let's just say that, for example, you have a confectionery industry, like chocolate and confectionery industry, and you have an supplier who gives you, or you import the, you can say, the chocolates and all type of ingredients from that supplier. So what the supplier is doing, supplier is mentioning that this chocolate is made out of milk, which is an allergen. Is he providing you an accurate information or not, whether he is showing you the label on the packaging, or he's giving you like, yeah, no problem, no, take it, and you are developing the chocolate and mentioning, yeah, it's totally allergen free, and the person is eating and dying, or you can say uh, getting rushed to the hospital, and you are facing cold trials. So the supplier is playing a very you can say a crucial role in putting you in jail or not, whether it depends. So, keep a close eye on your supplier. Check the responses from the other industries as well, that how this supplier is, whether he is providing, or this supplier is providing accurate information about the allergen for the products he's supplying to us. So, with this session, or you can say with this point, our session comes to an end on the food, or you can say the awareness on the food allergen management. This was just an awareness session. So we discussed only the general points and the hidden allergens, and what are the symptoms and what could be possibly happen. So for the deep learning, we will conduct an 2-day training about understanding what type of food allergens are and how to develop and not food allergen from the not food allergen products. So you can go through your attendance, and I hope that you enjoyed today's session, and I hope that you will be healthy and away from the allergens in your future as well. So if you have any questions, you may ask me in the chat. I am waiting. Then we'll conclude this session. Any questions that you were asking me during this session, you may ask them now. I will answer them one by one. You may ask them in the chat, as the voice, there are a lot of people, so the voice may get mixed if two persons are speaking together. So use the chat box to ask the question. It's okay, you can ask any question, whether it is valid, non-valid, whether it is related to food allergen or not. You can, but it should be related to the food, not specifically to the allergen, but it should be related to the food. Okay, so I have a question which says, what deficiencies? Let's just make it a little bit specific, that what type of deficiencies could be caused by the food allergies, right? So food allergy themselves is not typically or does not cause nutrient deficiencies. However, certain dietary restrictions or avoidance of specific allergens due to allergies can potentially lead to the deficiencies. So what type? I will just change. You can say revert the questions, that the food allergens doesn't cause any deficiencies, but avoiding the foods due to the food allergies can cause a deficiency. Like milk, if someone has a milk allergy and avoids all the dairy products, they miss out an important source of calcium and vitamin D. Say, just as we say about the eggs, a person who has allergic to the eggs and food containing eggs, so a good source of protein and essential nutrients like choline, which is important for the brain health, he is missing out. So like this, all of the food allergen products who have allergies to the product, they can face the deficiencies. But the food allergens cannot cause any deficiencies. Okay, so anyone? Okay, Muhammad Ali, a very good question. I would say, see, an allergen-free matrix, right, is a tool to systematically identify and track the allergenic ingredients in the various food products. So, how do we identify? First, make all of the list of the allergens, create a comprehensive list of the major allergens. Then go to the product inventory, list all the cooked food products your establishment offers. Then analyze the ingredients for each food product, list all the ingredients used in the recipe. Go to the, or you can say, after analyzing the ingredients, identify the allergens next to each ingredient, mark the allergen in contents, right? For example, butter contains milk, right? So you would mark milk as an allergen in the butter. So like these, you can label the information, you can prepare the steps, you can mention in the menu, you can train the staff. All of these things could lead to your identification of the allergens in the cooking, or you can say cooked products. Okay. Okay. Let's just see anyone has. Yes, Ishan Ahmed, you may ask a question, please.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum assalam. Yes, Mr. Ishan.
Sir, very thanks for organizing such session. Sir, I have a question. Some people eat fish and same time they drink the milk. How we identified that which type of allergy is happened in their body
Uh,
due to the milk or due to the fish?
Mr. Zishan, can you please speak a bit louder? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm not, I can hear your voice, but I cannot understand the question. What are you mentioning? The products? Can you name it again?
Sorry, sir, for that. My voice is clear. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, a little bit louder,
Sorry,
please.
sir. Sorry,
Yeah.
sir. I repeat
No,
my
no, it's okay.
question.
You don't need to be sorry. It's okay.
Uh, but my question was that some people eat fish and same time they drink the milk, and their skin upper layer removed. So, which type of allergy is happened in their body due to the milk or due to fish?
Okay. You are trying to say that uh, after eating the fish, we drink the milk, right? This is the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh,
Exactly.
but see, this is the reaction of some individuals who have this could not be labeled as an allergen, but it is in reaction, right? But this is very you can say uncommon, but we have made it very common that if you drink the milk you will get these and these. Yes, it's very true, we do get these, but it is not an allergen. You cannot mix it with the allergen, but it is in reaction. How? See, the fish contains a different type of you can say uh, omega fatty 3 acids, right? Long chain fatty acids. When they mix with the protein, or you can say casein, which is present in the milk, they generate in reaction that type of reaction that which is causes the skin to get some type of rashes. Sometimes shortness of breathing occurs, but these this is just an what my point is that it's not an allergen, but it is an reaction only which causes, but not everyone would get it. If you are eating a fish, you can we also say don't drink water afterwards, which is totally rubbish. You can drink the water. And as per the milk, see, the reaction could occur depending on the body. Every individual body is different. So some might get it, some might not get it. Some might get the rashes, some might get the shortness of breathing. But it depends on the reaction, because each time, even if a same person is drinking the milk after eating the fish, would get a different reaction. Sometimes he would get diarrhea. Sometimes he would have shortness of breath. Sometimes he will have rashes. Why? Because each time the reaction is occurring, the symptoms are different. Unlike the allergens, allergens reaction would be different. But if the individual is having a shortness of breath, that if he's eating again and again, the same individual will have the same symptoms. The symptoms would not change because this is an allergen reaction. But the reaction of the chemical reaction is different, which is due to the fish and milk. But these are the reaction that causes due to the presence of the casein. If you are drinking a low-fat milk, let's just say, after eating the fish, or skim milk, I would suggest you drink a skim milk after eating the fish. You will not get anything. You will be fine. But if you're drinking a full fat milk after eating the fish, then there are chances that you might get allergic reactions or shortness of breath. But try drinking the skim milk once in a time. Okay.
Got it, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one another question from my side.
Yes. Yes. Please.
Sir, there is two basic things that we know, that the food allergy and food intolerance, and these both things are different. Which reaction is time consuming, food allergy or food intolerance?
Uh, I understood the food allergy and food intolerance, but what are you trying to specify here? That what would happen? Can you repeat that, please?
Sir, which reaction is time consuming? Food allergy is time consuming, and food intolerance is time consuming reaction.
Okay. See, first we need to understand that food intolerance is that this person has food intolerance, right? So you are asking me the severity of what could be more harmful to the consumer, right? Either food intolerance or the food allergen. So see, food intolerance can be avoided massively. Why? Because why? Because see, food intolerance, or let's just say, I will explain you. See, what could be the consequences if the person is eating uh, the food allergen products. I spoke the symptoms, the type of diseases he would go through, the type of or severity of the phases. So it's not that harmful if depending on the person to person. Where if you said food intolerance, see, food intolerance refers to what? Refers to the person who should not even be uh, like this consuming. Why? Because intolerance intolerance, see, it's I can say related to the health of the person, because it refers to an you can say condition which the body has difficulty digesting the certain foods, unlike the milk allergen. I will give you an example to make you understand. You have intolerance of the can say, let's just say fish. Okay, now you know that you have the intolerance to the fish. So you will not eat any type of fish. Okay. Let's just say you are eating the biscuits. Now we are talking about the food allergen. Okay. Or let's just stay on the food intolerance. Now you know the biscuits are made up out of a fish. But it is not entirely a product of a fish. Right? So it would be digested to you. It would not come in a food intolerance. Why? Because you have a problem from the product of the fish itself, not the components from derived from the fish. So it will be easy for you to digest, right? Because the food intolerance refer to the condition in which the body has difficulty in digesting the food. Where now we will talk about the food allergen. Food allergen, even if you're consuming 1%, or just drop it down to 0.01%. It doesn't, or let's just say it doesn't, the quality or the quantity doesn't matter. If you are eating any type of additives as well that is derived from the food allergen, you will be having the same symptoms. It doesn't matter you consume the whole product of the food allergen or the product which has the additives of the food allergen products. But when we talk about the food intolerance, it's okay. If you are eating a product which has been derived from the product which is food intolerant to you or your body, you can digest it because it's not a complete product. Okay. I hope that is the question and the confusion or the concept is clear to you. Okay. The training material will be shared with you, Muhammad Asif. I'll just say. Okay, so how to identify the cause and source of mild allergic reaction if we eat everything at once, like milk and wheat. Now, I need to understand the question. For me, a normal person cannot eat everything at once. But if you are referring that eating everything at once in a product, like the product has milk, the product has wheat, and you have mild allergic reactions. So, uh, if you want to identify the cause and source of the mild allergic reactions after eating the milk and wheat, you need to go through a medical test uh, which identifies you facing and what type of severity you are facing. Let's just say you have mentioned milk and wheat. Now the severity of the food allergen to you from the milk is very high, but to the wheat is very low. Now what would be happen? You will just blame the milk all the way, right? Yeah, yeah, the source of the mild allergic reaction is definitely milk. Why? Because you have severity high against the milk and low against the wheat, right? But what happens sometimes is that if you have severity from the milk, you have allergen from the milk, but you have less allergen from the wheat. The wheat itself is the main culprit. Why? Because as you have mentioned, you're eating everything at once. Let's just say you pushed allergic reaction a little bit. You are eating the wheat first. Okay. Now the allergic reaction has a little bit boosted up. It's not causing harm. Now you're drinking milk, which has the high severity. Now the allergic reaction will go boost, or you can say will go boom. Why? Because you already ate the wheat, which you have a mild reaction or severity reaction. Now you are drinking the milk and causing the allergic reaction to go like a blast. So this is why if you want to identify the source of the mild allergic reaction, you need to understand at what type of severity of allergens you are getting from the specific products. Okay, so milk during travel, I will be vomiting. Why? I would rephrase it that you are facing or you are going through or experiencing a vomiting during traveling. That is actually should not be cannot be related to any type of allergen or disease or reaction. That is a reaction of the, you can say, traveling what we say, traveling phobia, or you can say traveling reaction. Why? Because if you are sitting in a car or in a bus or in a plane, so what happens, your body, you can say, has not been familiar with the condition where sometimes you go to a new room or a new location, you cannot sleep at night. Same is that this time is that when you're traveling and you drink anything, or sometimes there are people who doesn't drink anything, they are still vomiting. So this is the, you can say, a journey reaction or traveling reaction that your body is going through. Okay, you say mustard oil is allergen. How really, sir, we can cook? You can, if I understand your question, you are saying that you are allergic to the mustard oil and how we can cook the food. You can replace the mustard oil with another oil, sunflower oil. Very simple. Any other questions? So let's conclude this session, and we'll be having a 3-day training starting from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on HACCP level 4. If you want to secure your seat, you can contact the official WhatsApp number of our organization to secure your seat. It's the first time in the history of the training programs that any organization is providing HACCP level 4 training at such price. So inform your friends, inform your circle that the HACCP level 4 training is being conducted at a very low price, and it's being taking place, or it will be taking place at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have divided it into 3 days in order for you to understand more and efficiently. So I would like to thank everyone who joined today's session, and I hope that you understood well. Thank you again for joining this session and spending your time with us. I hope you had a good session experience with us. And until meet again with another session, take care of yourself, and goodbye. And assalamu alaikum. Yes, Muhammad Shehzad, the certificate will be provided. Please register yourself in the link and for the attendance and well. So after registration, you have to pay 100 rupees for the certificate. Then you will get the certificate. But your attendance is mandatory. You can still register yourself and get the certificate. No need to panic. Okay, everyone. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.